What's going on, guys? So I'm doing a Q&A for you guys today, and I posted something on Instagram that people are asking questions on. Also, I just went back to my last 20 or so posts and looked through questions that I get asked over and over again, and those are the ones I'm going to be answering today. Because a lot of them, people don't comment. A lot of times I get DMs, but the ones that people comment as well, I typically also get as DMs, so I just went with the ones that people comment. Anyway, so I wrote down how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I found were pretty consistent. So here we go. Number 1. What happened to the one side of my abs? So this is something that I get asked quite often, and I obviously respond because it's not genetic, but when I was born, I had a diaphragmatic hernia. So I had a surgery when I was 2 days old, and I was in the hospital for 6 weeks. This was as soon as I was born. And anyway, so I have a scar right here, which you could see in most of my Instagram photos, I think. It's pretty obvious. But when I had the surgery, so basically diaphragmatic hernia, everything was moved up to the right side of my body, all my internal organs. And there was a hole in my diaphragm. So obviously couldn't breathe by myself, etc. And then when they fixed it, they had to cut into this side of the ab wall, and this side of the ab wall just never developed. So there's nothing I can really do about it. And that's also one of the reasons that I don't train. My training, I train heavy, of course, but I don't do super high volume for things like deadlifts and squats because I can't, because I still have hernias that will pop out from time to time. And I know that if I do super high volume deadlifts and squats and more workout, it will pop out and it hurts like hell. So there's not really anything I can do to get it fixed. Just something I have to deal with. But you know what? I'll take having half a six pack and being able to still train. So can't really complain about that. But hopefully that answers your guys' question. And interesting fact, my heart is still actually on the right side of my body. So I guess I just told you guys how to kill me if you ever have to. But anyway, how tall am I? I am 6'1". So that's my height. And at the same time, somebody asked me a body fat free mass index, which I actually don't know. So I'm going to go on here, fat free mass index calculator, and we're going to input this. So as many of you guys know, there's a whole controversy over the fat free mass index, and I'm just going to be straight up. The whole 25 thing, in my opinion, is sort of bullshit. A lot of guys will never get to a 25 fat free mass index naturally. A lot of guys on steroids are at a 25 fat free mass index. And there's 100% naturals out there that are above a 25. So I don't really think it's a great tool. I mean, I think it's a decent tool. Somebody's at 28. You can pretty much with 100% certainty guarantee that guy's on steroids. But I don't think that it's as accurate of a test as people think it is. Now that being said, it's still interesting to look at because obviously you want your fat free mass index to be high as possible if you're trying to put on as much size as possible. So I still think it's pretty cool. And I still use it as a tool to track my progress. So right now, as of this morning, I was 205 pounds. And I'm going to say 12% body fat. 10% body fat. I'm pretty shredded right now, honestly. So puts my fat free mass index at 24.3. Now I'm going to put in 12% and just see what the difference is. So as 12% body fat, it'd be 23.8. So somewhere between 23.8 and 24, right around the 24 mark. So let's just go with that. Fat free mass index 24. So let's go on to the next question, which I'm actually pretty happy with that. Obviously everyone wants to get over 25, and you guys can call me out for whatever you want, but I don't know why I've had guys tell me I want to stay at a 23. Guys are on steroids. Say, I don't want to get over 25 because people are going to assume I'm on steroids. Well, why the hell do you care what other people think? If you can get to a 25 fat free mass index naturally, then why the hell wouldn't you want to be there and try to prove everyone wrong? It doesn't really make any sense to me. So anyway, how do I get arms like yours? How big are they? So, first off, everybody's genetics are completely different, so I don't really know how you're never going to get arms exactly like mine. I grew my arms by training them. I trained my biceps ridiculous amount. So I have good biceps because when I started working out, I just trained them all the time. I literally did chest and biceps for like the first year that I worked out. I was like 14 years old. And guess what? I always had really strong biceps, always had a really strong chest. And I did deadlifts my whole life too, so that's something else I'm really good at. So kind of just you have to do it more. And I would recommend, honestly, is getting stronger on your big lifts. Something that will ultimately get you big arms. Because if you can do a bent over row with 315 pounds, and you can do a bench press paused with 315 pounds, there is no way that you will have small arms. You can't bench press 315 with small triceps. You can't row 315 with small biceps. So my recommendation is just get really strong overall, and then add in your arm workouts at the end of your other workouts. So there's no sense going in and doing a full arm day, in my opinion. You should go and do super heavy back and then a little bit of biceps at the end. Do super heavy chest, super heavy shoulders, and then a little bit of triceps at the end. And I added a little bit of biceps on my leg day too. So a little bit of arms every day, pretty much. But focus on your big movements first. And how big are my arms? I actually did a video measuring my arms the other day, and cold, they're just a little bit over 17 inches. So can't really complain about that. Obviously want to get 18s, but that might take a little bit of time. Why don't I record my cheat meals? People enjoy watching that. Honestly, because most of the time that I have cheat meals, I'm with a group of people that don't want to be on camera. So when I go to enjoy myself, I'm not going out by myself and sitting in a restaurant and ordering 6 plates of food. Now, I'll take a picture of that sometimes of the meal, and I'll post that. But I feel like it's inappropriate if you're at a dinner to set up a tripod and record your whole meal. It's just not something I'm going to do. Now, what I will do is maybe I'll go out and buy like a ton of McDonald's or something and sit down and eat it by myself. But even still, like, I enjoy to go do that with other people. So maybe I will do that, but that's basically the reason. Just because like there's a social element to it where I don't really find it appropriate. Now, that being said, I will do some sort of epic cheat meal on here at some point. Maybe I'll get a few guys around that don't care, and we'll just like eat a ton of McDonald's or something dumb like that. Also, I'm going to try this challenge coming up soon. If this video gets 25 likes, 20 likes, we'll do this challenge. So share it with your friends. Like this video right now. I would appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. But I will do either 100 reps with 315 deadlift and 100 chicken McNuggets. Not chicken McNuggets, the Burger King nuggets, because they actually taste good and they're way cheaper. So I don't really want to go spend $100 on nuggets. I'm sure it wouldn't be that much, but like go to Burger King, get them for like $2.99. So for like 10. So I'd rather go do that. And they also taste better in my opinion. So 100 McNuggets and 100 reps with 315 deadlift. Or comment down below, would you rather see 100 reps bodyweight bench press challenge and 100 McNuggets? One of the two. Comment down below, or maybe I'll just do both because it kind of sound like fun. Okay, so anyway, back to this. Why do people take their shoes off in the gym? Now, this is something I got asked quite a bit with my deadlift videos recently. Honestly, it reduces your range of motion. So it gives you a bit better stability. I don't have any powerlifting shoes right now. I'm going to buy some. But having running sneakers, or cross-trainer sneakers, whatever I buy, they're super comfortable. They have a lot of cushion on the back, about this thick. So if you're doing a deadlift, that adds an extra couple inches to your deadlift. So it's like doing a deficit deadlift. So I was talking to a guy at SMU, actually. He's a powerlifter. And he was like, man, take your shoes off to deadlift. And I did it, and that was the first time I pulled 545 pounds. And this was I was injured. I felt awful. Now, I put his belt on. I wasn't in a good mindset at all. There's a video on here somewhere, I think it says random 545 deadlift PR. And I walked up to it and just ripped it off the floor. And it was hard, but I got it up. No straps. Would have been fully, the only problem is I didn't have any grip, so I lost at the top. But I pulled it up. So, and after that point, I started squatting and deadlifting with sock feet. And that's why people take the shoes off. It just reduces your range of motion. So I found it made a massive difference. So anyway, last question. Why do I drink so much coffee? So you guys can probably see I'm drinking my coffee right now. Honestly, I've cut back my coffee intake a significant amount over the past year. So when I was in school, I drink a lot of coffee simply because I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I have a couple cups of coffee in the morning. I'll go to school. I'll drink coffee during class because I want to fall asleep. And then I leave school, especially when I was working at the casino still. I'd go to the casino, work till 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night, and then drive home. I'd work out sometime between the day as well. And then typically wouldn't get to bed till well after midnight. So when you're running off 6 hours of sleep, you just drink a lot of caffeine. And it's not the healthiest thing in the world. It's just kind of what I had to do in order to get through my days. But now coffee, I just have a couple cups in the morning, and I enjoy it. Starts my day off right. It's just something I always do. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. So it's just something that I do. Honestly, I'll drink coffee pre-workout sometimes because caffeine, it is obviously a stimulant, so it will give you a little bit more energy, but it's not necessary by any means. It's better if you can run with no caffeine whatsoever or any stimulants. So anyway, that is the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, comment them down below. And like I already said, like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Wow, I need to buy some tighter shirts apparently. Peace.